Yeah, I'm Thomas Yeoh, Managing Director for Asia outside of mainland China of Baozun. Um, uh, Baozun really is a company that has grown up with e-commerce in China. We were one of the early and now the leading e-commerce enabler, and we help a lot of international brands who enter China's market, and we operate their online stores and help them, to generate their online sales in the Chinese mainland market. And today we have taken our first steps last year to, expand into the Southeast Asian market, into Asia, and our goal is to get into Asia outside of mainland China, and grow in the next few years, just like we did in China. Yeah. Well, I think China has a very strong omni-channel presence. We all know, and the reason being because online penetration is so high. In China, it's the highest in the world at over 30%. And during COVID lockdown, it went up even higher to nearly half in terms of online penetration. And with that high level of online penetration, the offline is here to stay. It doesn't mean that offline is going to go away. And so the high online penetration in China has actually led to quite a lot of omni-channel cross between online and offline, ordering from online, delivering offline, which is usual, but ordering offline, delivering through the online channels, right to your doorstep. So there's a lot of that going on in China, and they lead the world. And in Southeast Asia, right, our online penetration has been not as strong, but because of COVID, online penetration has gone up quite a bit, right? Although today we are all back to, kind of back to offline a bit more because, now the doors are all open, the retail stores are open, but still the online penetration is still higher than what it was pre-COVID. So we think that, in Southeast Asia, the trend will be like China. Following on China's experience, Southeast Asia will also see more omni-channel penetration, omni-channel, that trend, because our online penetration has also gone up, and the offline again has always been there. So this as a increase in online penetration will make it even more, increases the probability and possibility of consumers, using both at the same time. Well, although online penetration is very high in China already, with over 30% penetration, highest in the world, offline is still very important. You can see that very clearly post-COVID. Everybody flocks back to the stores because they really miss the stores. They haven't gone for 2, 3 years because of the lockdown. Especially Generation Z. They retail is kind of a experience for them. The experiential part is very important, and so they flock back to the stores. So even in Baozun, where we have actually built our business through online, we ourselves are also going omni-channel. For instance, we acquired Gap in China, and with that acquisition, we will take also our first steps into offline retail, along with the online retail that we've been doing. So we will also be, kind of putting our money where our mouth is, and operating both offline stores as well as online stores for Gap in China. And over here in Southeast Asia, we're also doing likewise. We have a strategic partnership with Branded Lifestyle Asia, where we work with them. They are very strong in offline, and we are strong in online. We work with them, to try and build this omni-channel presence here in Singapore, going into Southeast Asia, as far as Taiwan and Korea as well. Yeah. Well, here in Southeast Asia, how we intend to serve our customers is to help them to drive the sales of their products. That's the most important thing for them. GMV, gross merchandising value of their sales. That's what we intend to do. And how do we do that? Basically, we are a technology company with a lot of experience using our technology in China to help our customers drive sales. So we are bringing that technology over here to Southeast Asia. And one of the key platforms is what we call BOCDOP, which stands for Baozun Omnichannel Digital Operating Platform. And with that platform, right, we encompass all the experience that we have accumulated in China, from digital marketing to e-commerce operations, to customer service, to fulfillment, warehouse management, and last mile delivery coordination. We encompass all that experience and know-how into BOCDOP, you know. And through BOCDOP, we hope to be able to offer our clients here in Southeast Asia, the experience that we have accumulated to help them to drive, likewise, the sales of their products in the Southeast Asian market. Just to give you an illustration of how we use BOCDOP to help our clients here in Asia, outside of mainland China. Over here in Singapore, we are working with Branded Lifestyle, who just launched their clothing for children called Little Ground, the brand, in Forum Galleria here. And at the same time, we launched the littleground.com.sg, which is the online store for them. And this joint effort, for Little Ground, basically launched together both the offline store as well as the online store, enabling a omni-channel experience right from the start, And we're also taking that collaboration with Branded Lifestyle Asia to Taiwan, where they, also have brands that they own, and we're working on similar projects there for online as well as offline, retail. The extension to Korea is even more extensive, because over in Korea the market is larger, a lot larger, and in fact Korea is almost, the e-commerce market is almost the size of the whole of Southeast Asia. So with fashion in Korea, we're also working with Branded Lifestyle's Korean operations in a more extensive way to build a vertical platform for fashion in Korea. And here again, as they grow, they find that existing digitalization efforts were not deep enough, were not extensive enough, and Baozun's experience from China will be able to help them bring that level to higher, to a whole new different level, where they can push a lot more of their brands and increase the penetration of online sales, for their brands and their products. Yeah. One of the key business trends we see happening here in Southeast Asia is live streaming. Live streaming initially on Facebook, on Instagram, but now increasingly also on TikTok. We see that experience a lot with TikTok equivalent in China, Douyin, for which we help a lot of our customers in China do live streaming, and that's a huge channel there in China, huge in terms of sales. We're seeing similar things happening here in Southeast Asia, right? Live streaming, actually not very, it's new, but in a way it is not so new. If we're old enough like me, we remember, home shopping on TV, right? No longer there, because we don't watch a lot of TV these days. But the concept of live streaming has similarities to home shopping, right? You have a host there which is, sharing with you their lifestyle experiences, and at the same time introducing you products that they use, in that lifestyle. Home shopping used to do that. Now, live streaming does that even better, because now you have so many different channels that you can tune into, that fit more of your own lifestyle and your own interests, so you can choose a lot more choices where home shopping wasn't. So we see this as a very strong trend going forward here in Southeast Asia. Another trend is, of course, AI. AI, we all have probably read and heard about ChatGPT, and many Generation Z probably have tried it before and found it very useful. That is an area where I think it will impact a lot of businesses, definitely e-commerce, e-retail, definitely will be impacted in many ways, from content generation, product descriptions, productivity improvement there, but also in terms of being able to find your product, know your brand and all that, right? So that area, it's a lot more easier. It's an alternative path to Google to, for you to showcase your brand. But that also means that brands have to be very careful about information that is out there about them, right? Because the AI, not sure AI right now is good enough to discern uh, what, whether the information out there is correct or fake. So of course there are other AI bots there who will go and do the checking, but all this is a very interesting development going forward into the future, and definitely that is going to be very important. Yeah. And another application for AI chat GPT is in, for instance, in customer support, right? We all have experience, chatting with customer service, which is actually probably a chatbot. So we're all very familiar with chatbot, but the chatbot is going to get more intelligent. So the chatbot is going to also evolve into perhaps becoming like a salesman, and so that conversation, could lead to a lot of sales. So that's another area which we think, is going to be a trend whereby, you can actually talk with perhaps, AI salesmen online who will be able to, convert that into sales. And some might, especially the Gen Z who is, very into new technology, could find that very acceptable and even interesting. I think eTail is a great event, with a lot of very serious, industry people coming to the event, and it's a good network to be talking to the industry people to explore opportunities, business opportunities where we can work together. So very happy with the environment here that eTail has created. Yeah. The eTail is also an opportunity to learn and share about the retail scene here in Asia, as there are so many industry players around here. Really opportunity to learn as well as to share insights.